Hello, welcome. I know what you're thinking. What the bloody hell is that? What have you done with Rusty? Don't worry, Rusty's out there. And I'm going to show you that next time because I'm waiting for a sunny day because I need to show you outside and we'll go and talk about him because he's doing great. And thanks for watching the last video and all the comments on that. But after all that workshop's a bit of a mess, as you'd expect. So I've just come in to tidy it up. And obviously it's left a bit of room so I can wheel Meteor Scrambler bobber around. There's a few things I wanted to finish up on this. Not finish up, just change a little. So we'll look at that today. In case you missed it, I'm wondering what the hell this is and how it came to be. I'll leave a link to the playlist. You can go and have a look at that if you want. But essentially it's a Meteor, obviously. Just a bit changed. Rear mudguard has been bobbed down. I'll come and show you around actually. And I've changed a few other things. And it's a lovely bike, super comfortable. Of course, Meteor Classic, they're the same frame, exactly the same frame, just slightly different suspension and fittings really. The engine's the same. The fins are different, but it's the same. In fact, if you buy a Bullet, if you buy a black Bullet, you'll get this engine with the machined fins. And if you buy a shiny Bullet, I think you get the shiny Bullet engine, which is like the classic 350 one. So they're interchangeable engines, basically. They either come with different fins or different engine finishes, but they're all the same. So I'm going to show you this, and then we're going to change a couple of things. I got to tidy this up, but you haven't come here for that. See you in a minute. Just to give you a reminder of what's different on this. It's a fairly standard Meteor, but the seat is not a Meteor seat, it's a classic 350 seat and mounting bracket, which is why it looks higher like that. And it's the original Meteor mudguard, but it's been cut down and basically rotated around. So it looks much shorter, but it's still got the original indicators and mudguard holder, but with a custom light. Pillion hangers have been removed. Yikes. And the original exhaust, you've missed the whole centre section and basically put the end can directly onto the header pipe with a new custom bracket just to hold it up. That was fairly straightforward. Around the front we've got gaiters, slightly shortened mudguard with holes in, of course it has, as has the back actually. Check it out. Meteor tank, got some light guards on there. Oh yeah, the Bridgestone AX41 tyres. Should mention them really. Front and rear. So that's pretty chunky. A couple of little side bags. Put your sandwiches in. I did have low flat bars on it, which are all right, but I'm trying the original Meteor bars back on at the moment. And some crash bars I'm just playing with, but we're going to add some lights to those. Not today, but they're going to have some lights on. So that's it. Pretty standard, but not standard. He's kind of an angry utility bike. But he's a big softy really. So, what's coming today? Now the rear rack, obviously it's not a Meteor rack as such, because we fitted the Classic 350 seat and bracket. So it's a Classic 350 rear rack. And it was longer, but I shortened it. But I'm not so convinced about it, so I've got another rack. I'm going to swap that out today, because I'd like it longer again. And once I hacksawed it off, was it the grinder? There was no going back. It's just been in my mind to sort of make it long again, just to help with proportions a bit. Because I like fiddling, really. This should come off pretty straightforwardly. I've got this little black bag on the back. There's always things you need to carry. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We've got a brass badge on the back. Right, so this mudguard was basically mounted with the shock bolts. Which I just replaced with longer M10 bolts, and they go through and into the mudguard. So we've just got to loosen them. There's the brass badge. That caused me some trouble, didn't it? So replaced shock bolt. Holds the carrier. Aluminium spacer. And then a nut just behind there. So we just got to loosen them, and seat mounting bolt. Shouldn't be too hard. Although, famous last words always with these. Okay, seat bolt. Everyone puts their bolts on the seat, don't they? Should get something better, really. Now, as I remember, this has got a bit of spring to it, not in a nice way, and it's going to want to jump off. Now, I know it has to slide backwards. Here it comes. There it is. Right, let's give us a clean up and I'll show you. There we go. So the raw back end. That was the Classic 350 style rack, which was longer. So it's okay. It was a cheap Indian one, so some paint and finish was a bit rough, but we went over it with satin black and it seems to have lasted okay. But we're going to try the longer one. So let's have a look at that. Before we change anything, I'll give you a quick look at that. So that's it with its naked back end. Looks like one of those sort of British bulldogs. Looks like it's crouching down at the back. I think I definitely prefer it with the rack on. But it kind of looks innocent, doesn't it? Right, I'll show you this rack. Okay, so here's the rack I made. I didn't make it, I shortened it. And what's coming is, I haven't seen it yet, I've only seen pictures. These are from Hitchcocks in the UK, and it's a powder coated one. So I'm hoping, if I don't ruin the finish with a knife, this will be much more ready to use. And also the Hitchcocks one, apparently, to match the pannier frames, it kicks up a bit more at the back, which might help in clearing the rear light. Ooh, shiny, shiny. I've had this laying around for a while, I just haven't got round to using it. Ooh, that is shiny. Look at that. So there's the one I did. There's the Hitchcocks one. As you can see, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit longer. Much sexier as well. It's got lovely bends in it and curves. Whereas that one's a little bit industrial. Nothing wrong with that though. In fact, this Hitchcocks one might even look too nice. God, it's much lighter. It's got to be half a mile an hour there at least. So, Indian. There's the Hitchcocks one. Oh, it's really slender and delicate, isn't it? I don't know if that's going to be better or worse. Because obviously it's kind of a roughy-tufty bike. Let's try and put it on. And I'll try and mess it up for you. Nice. Right, so that's going to pop in there. And this just has to hook over these bolts. I didn't have to take the bolts out, they were just loosened, that's all. Oh, there's a bit of spring in this as well, so I'm going to have to pull this arm apart or it's not going to fit, although just a little pull. What's going on the front? Ow! It wouldn't be a normal day without that, so no problem. Okay, let's fit in. Oh, it looks lovely and slender. That's really nice. The light is sticking up a bit, but I've got some adjustment here. So I think we can just give that a lift. Let me get this front bolt in and we'll have a look. Come on, where are you? It's going to be one of those days, I can tell. Right, that needs to go forward. Right, I need another 3 or 4 millimeters actually of this to go forward. But it's not going to give me much more, I don't think. Let's pop that. Let's do the front first and then see if we can force it over afterwards. Right. What's going on? Right, we're in. Just pop the nut on finger tight. I've just got to wiggle this over the you watch, I bet it just pops on now. Again, I'm just going to splay it a little. So that's on. This one wants to come back a little. Not much, just a millimetre or so. There we are. Ta-da. Now it wants to pull a little this way, but the bolt is going to do that. So it's above the rear light. Brilliant. Nice. Let's stand back and have a look before I do everything up. There we go. God, it looks much longer again. The last rack obviously only came to about there. I'll put this on eBay with quite a story behind it. See if anyone wants that for their classic. So that's the before and after. That looks really nice. The Hitchcocks rack is more expensive than the Indian ones, but it looks a lot nicer, doesn't it? The finish is a lot nicer, the powder coat. Let's take you in for a closer look. Let's start it up for a laugh anyway. Oh yeah. Great, love it. I'm glad I cut the other one now because it looks much better with this lovely slender one. Sweet. I love his little brass badge, but I'll probably put that bag back on. So I always need somewhere to put my cameras and things. Not that the cameras are big, only little, but there's so much paraphernalia, batteries and mics and sticks and screws and Velcro and cable ties and gloves and cloths. So I've got my little baggies. I've got the touring seat on there as well now. I didn't mention that, so I'm just trying one of those out because it came up for like 40 quid on eBay. I thought I'd just give it a try. Good old meaty. Right, let's do those bolts up. Nice. Let's try the bag. Oh, the bag sits a bit nicer now. It was all a bit squashed up before. Let's stand back for a look. this short video, I mean, I'm saying short video, I'm just assuming this must be much shorter than usual. But just a little project. I really like it. Wish I'd done that sooner. Looks much more handmade and not homemade. Just this bit. Obviously the rest of it is. Who knows what to think. Good old Meaty. Thanks for joining me again. Please like and subscribe if you want to. Next time, weather's going to be good tomorrow, so I'm going to take Rusty up the mountain. We're going to talk about that, because there's things I need to change. It's good, but there's things I need to change. So we'll talk about Rusty next. Oh, I haven't put those black caps back on. Do that now. So, see you next time. Thanks for coming.